Hello, this is Rochelle Agatha, and this is the lecture for Accounting 201 for spring 2016. You're looking at your announcement page in Blackboard. I sent out a first day email which instructed you on how to get started. So the first thing I want to cover is all emails that I send out will go inside the weekly email tab. So if you do not receive an email every week, you need to look at the weekly email tab, and if I send out multiple emails, I'll put them in there also. So the first day email walked you what to do, and I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to explain to you what it is the course is all about. So the first thing I want you to do is open the syllabus and the calendar by clicking on each of these. And if you don't understand Blackboard, it is your responsibility to understand Blackboard and to be comfortable in a Blackboard setting. So once you open the syllabus, it will look like this, and I want you to read the entire thing. This is your contract with me for this term. It is a totally online course, which means we don't meet in person at any time. I hold online office hours via email on Wednesday evenings from 7 to 8 p.m., which means I will answer your email during 7 to 8 right away. If not, I respond to emails within 24 hours except weekends or holidays, so you need to keep that in mind. Here's your course overview, and make sure you read that. This is not a self-paced course. The course calendar is your guide. We'll go over that in a moment. Take the time to read the online class reality so that you understand why you're in this course. Online does not mean easier. So read all of the items here. As I mentioned, we're in spring of 16. Here are the dates of the courses, your section number, which becomes important when you email me, and then the number of units, and my webpage, which we'll go to in a moment. Please note that this is the book we're using with My Accounting Lab. It's been around for a while, so you may purchase a used book and then purchase My Accounting Lab Access from Pearson directly, and that will be covered in the My Accounting Lab overview lecture. You must have a strong internet connection. Not having internet is not an excuse for not being able to do assignments or the exams. If you do not do the work every week, you will be dropped by the instructor. This is just like an in-person class. You have things to do every week. So here's our course objective and our student learning outcomes, so please read all of that. The method of instruction is you'll be using Blackboard, My Accounting Lab, and my website, listening to lectures. Please make sure that you read the ethical and academic integrity. Please do not post any answers on discussion boards or questions to exams, etc. That may result in an F in the class. Here's your grading. We'll go over this on the course calendar, but this is what makes up your grading and the different pieces of it. Course calendar we'll touch on in a minute. Assignments will be done in Blackboard and in My Accounting Lab. The exams cannot be made up, and I do not like to issue incomplete grades. So please stay on top of your coursework. The class ends on May 23rd, and please note the census date and the withdrawal date, etc. You will be doing participation and attendance activities. I call these PACHs, and those are done in Blackboard. Here are all of your student attendance responsibilities, so read all of those. Really important, please make sure the email that you set up in your e-services account at the college is the one you check. It's by default your Palomar email unless you change it. So students tend to not realize this, and then all my emails are going to your default email. So if you have Yahoo or whatever, you need to go into Blackboard and change it, or you need to check your Palomar email account. When you send, this class is designed for a 4-hour time block, so please anticipate 4 to 6 minimum hours a week. Some students take up to 10 hours a week of study time, and the syllabus and the course calendar are instrumental in this course. This is really important. In the email subject line, place the course name and number and section number. So since you're in this course, if you email me, in the subject line of your email, you're going to put Accounting 201, and then up at the top where I showed you that section number, you're going to place that. That is the only way I will open emails. I get a lot of weird things sent to me, and I will only open your email if you put Accounting 201 with your section number, and then inside the body of the email put your student ID and your full name. That is the quickest way for me to help you make your questions really concise. If you send me an email without all of this and you just say, I don't know what I'm doing, we're going to trade emails back and forth. And once again, I'm not going to open the email if you don't place this information in the subject line. Please read all the college policies and information. Okay, let's go to the calendar. This is a really important document, and I color code it so that you can follow along. Here's that section number again. Here's your weeks down the side, your week dates, the chapters, the assignment topic, the website lectures on my website. The My Accounting Lab assignments are in the purple, and anything else I have you do that's in Blackboard's in pink, and the exams are in yellow. So right now, go in your calendar, if you use your phone or whatever you do, and put these exams in because they're not going to change, and they're really important, and there's no excuse for you to say, I didn't know, or I can't take the exam. Note spring break here in the middle. Here's all of your points down at the bottom. So your My Accounting Lab points are here, your PACHs, and your exams. So those tie back to the syllabus. Everything is due by 11 p.m. on the date noted. Please note, I don't let it go till midnight. It's 11 p.m. If I were to make changes to this document, I would repost it and let you know. Let's go back here. Once again, there's the weekly emails. We were on the syllabus and calendar. Here's all your PACHs. So assuming you know how to use Blackboard, I'll cover it real quick. Once you do an assignment, you click on the assignment. You read what you're supposed to do. Really important. You're going to press Write Submission and type your submission. Please, I'm going to say it again. Write submission and complete your assignment. Do not put it down here in the add comments. I won't grade it. I'll just I'll send it back and say 0, you didn't follow instructions. You don't attach anything unless for some reason I ask you to, but in this course I don't. Many of these will be discussion boards, so follow the instructions carefully. This one's really identified what to do. So you would come down, type your answers to the above, and you would press submit. Don't hit save draft because it won't come to me. You must submit. So those are all your PACHs. My Accounting Lab, please watch the My Accounting Lab overview lecture. You look at your My Grades in here. And the discussion board is just here. You don't answer them here. They're all linked up in the PACHs, so you don't need to go to the discussion board tab unless you have a general forum question. I have a general forum here for you to communicate with your peers. Be respectful and use business writing style. Do not post any questions for me because I'm not going to monitor this except for to check and make sure everyone's being respectful. If you have a question for me, send me an email and I will email you back or email the class. Do not email the whole class by pressing email the whole class. I leave email open because you need to email me, but please do not email the whole class. That goes against my policy. So that is the course overview lecture. If you have any questions, send me an email following proper email formatting. Thank you.